Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I just got back from another road trip. My wife went with me, and I don't know. I'm just going to share some of the conversation that she and I had. And I wonder, when you're traveling, when you're on the road, what do you do? Do you listen to music or talk radio, or do you just talk amongst each other? Do you enjoy the silence? Do you listen to books on audio? I do all of that, but primarily I like to be kind of quiet, just in my own thoughts. I get a lot of stuff done in my head as I'm driving down the interstate. So my wife, she said to me, the other day, she goes, "Don't you ever listen to music?" I'm like, I'll listen to music, but she goes, "Almost never." I said, "Why don't you listen to music?" Well, I enjoy listening to music sometimes. I do. But I've already heard it. And there's some songs I like. Yeah, I remember that. But I'm not much of a music fan. I do like to listen to the news a couple times a day. Seems like it's the same thing every hour, but I will occasionally, it's almost the top of the hour. Let's listen to the news. But most of the time I like to be just kind of pondering. And as I'm watching RVs going down the road, my mind starts, remembering when we had an RV at the time, and then when we had a campground, and all the different experiences and that kind of thing. And then I started thinking about customers and the RVers that watch my YouTube channel and watch other YouTubers and how they handle problems. And so I've forever called the way that most people handle problems is the 5 Ds. And so if you've already heard this, I apologize, but I think it's worth repeating because I'm going to have a solution to the 5 Ds. They're called the 5 Rs. But the 5 Ds, most of the time, I think when you or I or anyone, even a business, encounters a problem, it's like, they do the first D. What would that first D be? They deny it. Whether you're a child and you were caught taking cookies out of the cookie jar, I didn't do it. No, not me. The first D is you deny. I'm going somewhere with this. And I know that this is kind of wisdom, if you will. I'm not a very smart man, but I do like to think a lot and listen to books on, like I said, books on tape or audio, whatever they call them, audio books, news stories, to get my mind thinking. So the first thing they do is what? They deny. I didn't do it. There's no problem here. And then, it's a leaky roof. There's a dash light. No problem. I'll check it later. The low tire thing. They deny. And then they defer. Deny, defer. And defer is I'll put it off until later. I'll get up there and fix that leak, next time we go out. Or I'll do that. Deny, defer. Deflect. And this is where the pivot comes. Deflect. Hey, that wasn't my responsibility. The dealer was supposed to do that. John was supposed to do it. I thought you were going to do it. Deny, defer, deflect. What's the next thing? Demand. Prove it. When did I say that? The dealer may say, I didn't promise that. When did I do that? Prove it. Prove to me. I demand you to prove it. And you do it too. And so do I. It's human nature. Deny, defer, deflect, demand. And what's the last thing? What is the last thing? Politicians do it. The media does it. You do it. I do it. It's destroy. Deny, defer, deflect, demand, destroy. It's a pattern, a predictable pattern of behavior that doesn't go and doesn't end up in a very positive place. It just doesn't. They deny, they ignore something, then they put it off. And then they deny, defer, deflect, blame somebody else. Then they want to demand proof that I was, show me when I promised that I'd be responsible. And then they try to twist that out of being responsible. And then they destroy. And that's the way it is. So how do you counter that? How do you do it? So I made some notes here. Okay, what I got the 5 Ds. How about something else? What's the first thing you need to do? You need to the first R. Recognize you have an issue. That leaky roof is not going to get better. You have an issue. Whatever you see in that bad behavior in a puppy or in a child or in hopefully if you look in the mirror in yourself, you will be able to go, oh, I recognize that I have an issue. It's the first thing. The next one is you need to respond. You need to respond. If someone has a complaint, respond to that complaint. Recognize this is a complaint. Now, what I'm saying is so obvious, and if you're old like me, you're going, duh. But I'm telling you, most people, even old people like me, we get caught into the 5 Ds. So you recognize and then you respond. And you repair it. You fix the problem. 3 R's. You recognize, respond, and repair. What do you do after that? Let's get another R. How about report? Have a good experience at an RV dealer? Report it. Don't keep that a secret. You have a good experience or a bad experience? A bad experience at a campground, a good experience. Report it. Use social media as the tool it was meant to be. So you've got recognize, respond, repair, report. And what's the last one? You got to have 5 of them. I don't know. I'm just driving along. My wife is like, man, you are crazy. And I know it. But I got to come up. What's that last one? How about repeat? Repeat. Because if you recognize, respond, repair, and report, that will work. That will fix most issues in your personal life, in your business life, with anybody you have a relationship with. Recognize, respond as a human being, not as AI, not as an emoji. Respond. Take action. Repair the problem. Report it. Now, if it's something personal, don't do that. I'm not saying report everything. Use your common sense. But then repeat. But the main thing is to be situationally aware. And that other word, be responsible. I don't know a human being out there that if I were to say, do you think you're a responsible person? Nope. I am the most irresponsible person I know. Nobody thinks they're irresponsible. Nobody thinks they're lazy. Nobody thinks they're stupid. But we can always, all of us can be that sometimes. We can be irresponsible. We can be lazy. We can be stupid, do stupid things. But we don't have to stay that way. Maybe I would listen to more music if I was smarter, but I know that I'm not very smart, and I like to exercise my mind. I like to meet people that can challenge me. And that's why I do a lot of reading, do a lot of listening, and I try to do a lot of accepting that responsibility of the things that are put in front of me. What do you do when you're driving? Do you listen to a lot of music? Are subjects like this just kind of too heavy and, they're not fun? I know they're not fun. I enjoy getting away from this thing and the games and the Twitter and the little reels. And those reels are nice, but it's like eating junk food all the time. Do you agree? Do you ever wake up, you're already awake, but metaphorically speaking, oh my God, I just spent an hour going through these stupid reels. What else could I have done with my life? So all those things, the 5 R's, all of them start with situational awareness and being responsible. What are your thoughts? Can you think of an example where you did any of the 5 Ds or maybe all of them? Deny, defer, deflect, demand, destroy. They're terrible. Think about it in politics. Think about it with movements, I don't care how you feel, not that I don't care, but using as an analogy, a metaphor, Charlie Kirk. In the beginning, when Charlie Kirk as a teenager is trying to start his movement, what's that? They didn't even pay attention to him. Didn't even deny it. He doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. And it worked all the way up to what? They destroyed him. They did. The side of hate and evil and ugliness and the opposite of everything good, everything that Charlie stood for is what manifested itself. And it's sick. But I think that we are all prone, because we're human beings, we are capable of going down that road. And I'm not saying you're going to kill somebody. I'm not saying that. I'm using this in a metaphorical sense. Deny, defer. Well, I'll put it off. I'll work on my retirement till later. I'll put off the maintenance on the RV till later. I'll fix my relationship with my son or my daughter or my wife or whatever. I'll do that later. They deflect. Well, you should have done it. You should have started this apology tour. And if that doesn't work, I hate to say it, but many people destroy friendships, relationships. They destroy them. If they would have just pulled back and, what did I say? Recognize, respond, repair, report, and repeat. I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers. Got a lot of questions. My question is, have you ever seen yourself getting in that cycle of the 5 Ds? Do you have another metaphor you could come up with? The 5 Rs, the 5 anythings, the 3 anythings that would be helpful and wise to pass along to others? Drop a story, drop a comment down below. If you're looking for what I believe are America's most trusted RV dealers, people that will respond, they will repair, they will be honest. You can find those people by clicking on the link in the description, or as I always put up, scan the QR code you see on the screen. I don't think that they're perfect, but I do think that they want to work towards perfection. They've got good teams of people, honest people that want to do the right thing. They don't want to blame everybody else. They don't want to accept all the responsibility either if it's partly your fault. They want to be honest and truthful, and I think that the world needs a whole lot more people that are like that. So let me know what you thought of today's video. Thank you so much. I will get back to talking more about RVs in the future. I'm Alan Warren. They call me the RV Wingman, trying to guide you to people that are trustworthy and honorable and keep you away from the crooks and help you just to think a little bit around this virtual campfire. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.